were the 9 why they won the war. Anybody wants to say Mahamantra once? Yeah, chant.
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Very nice. Thank you so much. Okay, so we'll start the class.
Mataji, I have a doubt.
Yes, beta, say.
Mataji, in Kurukshetra, Mataji, in 18 days did Krishna Bhagavad-Gita did?
Yes.
In 3 days he read.
Your voice is very low, beta. Tell. Yes, in 18 days, what? Yes, in 18.
In 18 days, Krishna said Bhagavad-Gita, or he said in 3 days?
No, he said in one day only, in 45 minutes only he has covered it. It's not 18 days, right? So it has been by
18 days war.
yeah, that war was there, but within 45 minutes everything was spoken to Arjuna, and Arjuna surrendered, and finally he accepted that that was his duty, and he became an instrument for the war, and he accepted what Lord wants to do, right? He did it because that was because Lord wants to re-establish dharma. That is why Lord had to come, right? So he did whatever Lord has said, and whatever was right. Krishna didn't force him. Krishna just advised him, and he took up the step and he started his activity, right? Okay. ज्ञानांजना शलाकया चक्षुरन्मिलितमेन तस्मै श्री गुरुवे नमः. नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमती भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिनित्य नामिनि नमस्ते सरस्वती देवी गौरवाणी प्रचारिणी निर्विशेषाय शून्यवादी भाषांतदेशधारिणी. जयो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभो नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैत गदाधरा श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा. हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे. Yes, today we are going to do yoga of knowledge. So okay, so today what we are going to get, what are the informations we are going to get, what is the history of Bhagavad Gita. So we all know, when was Bhagavad Gita spoken?
Ma'am, on the first day by
You can estimate a number of years or anything. You can.
Mataji, 5,000 years ago.
5,000 years ago. And in which yuga it was?
Ma'am,
In the Radha Yuga.
Which are, how many yugas are there? If anybody.
4 yugas, ma'am.
4 yugas.
Very nice.
Yuga and Kali Yuga.
First is
Mataji,
yes.
Satya Yuga.
Correct. Satya Yuga. Very nice. Then
Treta Yuga, Dwapara Yuga,
Kali Yuga
and Kali Yuga.
yes, very nice. So first is Satya Yuga. Okay, Satya Yuga is people used to meditate and they used to see Paramatma in their heart. Their heart was so pure, right? They could have that, they had that content, and that's why they could see Paramatma in their heart. That was Satya Yuga, and that lasted for around 17,28,000 years. Okay, and then came Treta Yuga. In Treta Yuga, the period was people used to do lot of hava and worship because everything was very pure, right? They had lot of money also, and all the brahmanas, they used to say shlokas so perfectly. They used to not do any mistakes, and all the items, food items, the ghees, the everything, whatever was offered to the Lord in the havan was very, very pure. That is why in that yuga it was the sacrifice in that yuga. But later on, the period lasted for 12,96,000 years. And then in Dwapar Yuga, when Krishna came, it lasted for 8,64,000 years. Okay. In that Yuga, they did elaborate temple worship because by that time, people, the Brahmanas were not that qualified enough to chant, but they did temple worship very nicely. They had a lot of money and all. They used to do a lot of charity with all gold. Yes, beta. Yes, and then, yeah, 1 minute, I'll just complete it. Dwapar Yuga lasted for 8,64,000 years. And Kali Yuga now where we are there, it is going to stay for 4,32 years. Almost we have completed 5,117 years or so, but still there are so many, it's a long journey, okay? So the Kali Yuga is full of dosha, very hypocritic people are there, lot of doshas are there. So that is why in this yuga, the sacrifice which we can do is what?
Chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra.
Chanting the Lord's name. Yes. And we all know that Bhagavad-Gita was spoken by the Lord himself to Arjuna on the battlefield of
Kurukshetra.
Very nice. The battlefield of Kurukshetra. And Kurukshetra is a very, very pious place, right? It is a place of pilgrimage, right? Kurukshetra, Dharmakshetra, it is also called as Dharmakshetra. Even the heavenly planets, the demigods, they also come here, right? To see that place is so powerful. Now, in that place, so many good activities has happened. Krishna was personally present there and he narrated Bhagavad Gita entirely to Arjuna, and he also took it like a very nice student. He took it, and Krishna was a perfect teacher. He taught him very nicely, and he didn't become angry. No, Arjuna, Krishna never forced him, or Krishna didn't get furious. Oh, what are you saying? You have come to battlefield and you are not ready to fight. He didn't scold him or he didn't say anything. He just instructed him, and he also followed it very nicely, right? Yes, Bindu?
Mataji, I have heard that when Arjuna's son Abhimanyu died, Kali Yuga started.
Yes, almost when this Kali Yuga, when Krishna almost completed his pastime, in Dwapar Yuga, Kali Yuga had almost started. Yeah, that time it was almost started.
Yes, Mataji, thank you, Mataji.
Yeah, that is the next charan of Kali Yuga, which has already started that time. Yes, and then Bhagavad Gita was, we just know that it was spoken to Arjuna, but it has something more. Actually, it was not only spoken during the battlefield, but we'll see it was spoken before that also. Yes, in 4.1. Anybody wants to chant this, or I'll...
I want to chant it.
Yeah, you can chant after me. Okay, chant after me. Okay. Shri Bhagavan Vacha imam vivasvate yogam proktavanaham avyayam vivasvan manave praha manur ishvakave bravit. Yes, chant beta.
Shri Bhagavanu Vacha Imam Vivasvate Yogam Proktavanaham Avyayam Vivasvan Manave Praha Manur Ishvakhave Ravi.
Very nice. Yes, anyone else? Soham?
Mataji, can
Yes,
I chant?
Yes, chant.
Sri
Bhagavan
Bhagavan Uvacha Imam Vivasvate Yogam Proktavanam Vyavam Vivasvam Manave Praha Manor Eksvat Kave Bravit.
Very nice. Yes. Who next? Who is chanting?
May I, Mataji?
Yes, Shani.
Shri Bhagavan Vacha Imam Vivasvate Yogam Provaktam Aham Vyaham Vivasin Manav Praha
Vivasvan. It is Vivasvan Manave Praha. Yes.
Manur Iskava Bravita.
Isvakave Bravit. Very nice. Yes, Varshita.
Yes, ma'am. Shri Bhagavanuvacha imam vivasvate yogam proktavanahamavyamam vivasvan manave praha manurikshakave bhavet.
Yes. Also read the translation. Yes, Uday, you can read the translation. Udaya.
The blessing Lord said, I instruct in this
Imperishable
science of yoga to the sun god Visuvan, and Vivaswan instructed it to Manu, the father of mankind, and Manu in turn instructed it to
Ishvaku. Very nice. It was, yes. So God is saying it is not, we just know that it was spoken in Kurukshetra 5,000 years back, but Krishna is saying that was spoken. This chapter, Lord is saying, the first shloka is coming from the Lord's lotus mouth. What is it? Shri Bhagavan Vacha Ivam Vivasvate Yogam Proktavan Havavyayam Vivasvan Manave Praha Manur Ishvakave Brahvit. Lord is saying, the blessed Lord, Prabhupada writes, the blessed Lord said, I instructed this imperishable science of yoga, the information which is there, it is imperishable, the science of yoga, to the sun god. Who is sun god? It is Vivasvan, the sun god. It was given to, before Satya Yuga, it was given to sun god. Okay. And then Vivasvan, who is the sun god, instructed it to Manu. He is the father of all of our ancestors. You can just imagine in that way. He is the father of mankind. And Manu, in turn, instructed it to Ishvaku. Okay, he instructed to Ishvaku. Ishvaku was the Sri Ram's, you can say his great grandfather. Okay, so these was the step which has happened. It was instructed to sun god, who is Vivasvan, and Vivasvan instructed to Manu, who is the father of mankind, and Manu in turn instructed it to Ishvaku. Okay, this we can understand. These are the various cycle, you disciplic success, you can just say it was instructed to sun god, and sun god gave it to Manu, and Manu gave it to Ishvaku. Okay, just we can understand in that way. And when it was being spoken, Lord will tell that also. Evam parampara praptam emam rajasayo vidhu sakale namahata yoga nashta parantapa. Yes, anybody wants to chant?
I want to say.
Yes, chant.
एवं परंपरा प्राप्तम एवं राजसयो विदुः सकाले महता योगो नष्टं परन्तपा.
Very nice. Yes, who is next? Chanting? Chant.
Evam parampara praptam evam rajarsayo vidu sakale naha mahata yogo nashta parantapa.
Very nice. Yes. Who is chanting? Yes. Anyone? Okay. Who is reading the translation? Quickly.
Can I read the translation?
Yes. Daksha, read.
This supreme science.
Little louder, beta.
This supreme science was thus received through the chain of disciplic succession, and the saintly kings understood it in that way. But in course of time, the succession was broken, and therefore the science as it appears to be lost.
So we just want to understand why Krishna had to again come. This was actually, God is saying, it was instructed to whom? First it was instructed to
Vivasvan, sun god.
Yes, it was given to sun god, Vivasvan, and Vivasvan gave it to
Manu.
and Manu gave it to
Krishna.
Very nice. So the in between the chain was broken. Okay, the chain was broken. That is why Lord had to sum. The Lord.
Ishvaku did not spread the.
Yes, it was not passed to his younger generation. That is why somewhere it was lost. In that way, however, Krishna has given the knowledge of the science of yoga, that was taken by all of them in that way only. They did not manipulate or they did not add anything there. Okay, so it was taken in that way only. All the kings had taken in that way only, accepted it in that way. But later on, the chain was broken. The chain of disciplic succession was broken, and the saintly king before that, they took it in that way only, how Krishna had given it, understood it in that way. But in the course of the time, the succession was broken, and therefore the science as it is appeared was lost. In 4.2, Krishna is saying that is why Krishna had to come again in Dwapar Yuga, and he again preached this. He made the situation so that people, he knew that Kali Yuga is going to come, and in Kali Yuga, lot of difficulty people are going to get. So what it should be very easy for them to get away from this material world and go back to Krishna. These are the various ways Krishna has already narrated and how we have to lead our life. This is Bhagavad-Gita is of a life manual, right? So this was already, this has come from a disciplic succession. You can see here the picture Krishna is, it is represented how it is. The Krishna is giving it to Sun Lord, and then Sun Lord gave it to Manu. Can you see here? And Manu then he gave it to, in return he gave it to Ishwaku, right? Ishwaku, who is the Sri Ram. He was the great ancestor of Sri Ram, who came in. Which place Sri Ram was born?
Ayodhya.
Very nice, very good. So that was the disciplic succession. Krishna is saying through the chain, whatever the chain is there, that should be followed. Otherwise, what will happen? The information, people may manipulate something, they may add as per their imagination, which is not right. Our imagination would be limited to ourselves, right? We can't imagine something more, but whatever is given, that is the fact. We should not add anything. Whatever it is there in Shastras, you should accept it in that way. You can't add up as per your convenience. So whatever is there, you have to accept it in that way. So disciplic succession is like a fruit has been plucked. It is directly plucked and it is directly taken out. So in between, there are so many people involved, but it is the same fruit. It is not damaged also. It has not been fallen. See, he could just throw some stone and the fruit will fall down. But no, he's taking so much of pain to climb the tree, pluck it, and just hand it to a girl in the boy, so that he can just place it in the basket. So it is very properly kept and it is in the proper chain of disciplic succession. That is why we should understand that we should accept whatever is there as per the Shastras and through the disciplic succession. So these are all our parampara, you can say, the disciplic succession which has come, and Prabhupada is the 32nd Acharya. So Guru Parampara is very, very important. Till now in India, these 4 paramparas are practiced, and we should instead see, if you don't practice as per the Guru Parampara, you may, instead of reaching God, you may go to some other place. You don't know exactly what you are doing is right or no. Unless and until you don't know how to reach particular place, and you just keep on traveling, will you reach to that destination? You're not going to reach it, right? Yes, you need a guru, you need a person who can instruct you, and he should be an authoritative person, right? Otherwise, you are not going to, we don't know exactly what we are doing is right or wrong. So that is why this Guru Parampara is there. Till now, it has been practiced. In India, there are 4 types of Guru Parampara, which is, till now it is going on. This is our ISKCON Guru Parampara. We can just see there are so many of them. From Krishna, it has gone to Brahma. Brahma has given it to Narad Muni, Vyasadeva. So these are all the chain, you can understand. And this is the prominent acharyas. In between, there are a lot of acharyas, but these are the prominent acharyas. And Prabhupada is the 32nd Acharya. So the 4 main parampara which is practiced till now is 4 of them. One is Brahma Parampara, that is which has come from Lord Brahma, and next is Shri Parampara, that is Lakshmi ji, from where it has been followed. These are their disciples. It is going on, right? And then that is Rudra Parampara, which has come from Lord Shiva, and these are all his achar. These are all the disciplic chain, you can see. And then 4 Kumaras, they are Sanat Kumaras, and they are Brahmaji's kids only, right? 4 Kumaras, they are like small babies. They are like Vedas, you can understand in that way, 4 Vedas. So 4 Kumaras. So we can, when we are taking Diksha means we are taking the shelter of the Guru, so that whatever he is instructing, we are following, because he has seen the Lord, he has understood that Shastras. That's why we surrender to him and we take up instructions and we follow. Like Prabhupada has given us something, we are following that properly. We are trying to practice in that way. He has also advised that we should practice every day. We should do Bhagavatam, we should read Bhagavatam, we should read like Bhagavad-Gita, we should chant every 16 rounds of mala every day. So these are all and there are 4 regulative principles which we should follow. So these are all the things which are being given. And when you take Diksha, we follow that, right? When we follow that, definitely we know that somewhere we are doing right and we may go to Lord, right? We can go to Godhead. But otherwise, we are, instead of going to higher planets, we may go to the fall to the lower planets also. But Arjuna, when Arjuna was surprised that Krishna said that this was given to sun god, he was surprised. How is this possible? You are born with me. How is that possible that you are saying the sun god is almost 120 million years back he was there, and you are just saying that you had given it to sun god? He was little confused about it. How is this possible? So Arjuna is saying that, but how this happened? We both were born in Dwapar Yuga, and he is talking about Satya Yuga, right? When before that it was the sun god is always there before this Dwapar Yuga. So he is confused. How can you give the information to sun god? So Krishna is saying that I am always there. I will always be there. Yes, in Brahma Samhita, what is it? Anybody knows? Ishvara Parama Krishna Satchidananda Vigraha Anadiradir Govinda Sarva Karana Karanam. That means he's reason for all the. Yes, who's chanting? Yes, Anushka, you know it, right? Okay. So he is the reason for everything. He doesn't have, actually, if you see, he is always there. He is eternal. He was unborn also, right? So God is always there. So Arjuna is trying to understand now. You are playing with me. You are born along with me, and I am your associate. We are like friends, right? Maybe 2 or 3 years he's thinking that he's elder to him, but now he's confused. And somebody tells you that suppose your grandmother is there and your friend is there. If your friend says that when your grandmother was in school, I was also there, will you believe her?
No,
I think she was crazy.
You will laugh and you will say, "Arey yaar, bas kar, ullu mat bana mujhko." You will frankly say that. But same way, here Krishna is saying that, but Arjuna accepted it because it was the fact, and there were so many evidences because of which he had to accept it, right? It is not only blindly somebody will believe you. There should be some reasons for it, no? So Krishna is saying that I had given this information and now Arjuna is accepting it. And Krishna is eternal, unborn, Govindam Adi Purusham. He is the source of everybody. Can you see the stem which is coming out from the navel of Krishna? From where? Brahma. Yes, actually Brahmaji, because he was through this. Yes, the lotus is there from the stem which is coming from the navel of Krishna. Brahmaji was born, and he didn't knew why he was born, what is the reason for his existence, and he wanted to know. So what did he do? He tried to go below the stem and try to find out what is going on, from where I have come. I should know the source, no? If we are born in hospital, we are very small, okay, we don't know what to do. The baby will just keep on crying, but they are not like that. Krishna created Brahmaji, and Brahmaji was he was actually grown up, and he was trying to understand why I'm born. He wanted to know the reason for it, and then he wanted to understand. So he started going up and down, and finally he started going. He couldn't understand where should he go, and it was too long for him to go, and he didn't reach to Krishna, but he just heard a word tapa, and he started meditating because he understood that he has to do meditation, he has to purify himself. Even Brahmaji had to purify himself. What about us? Even we are not that elevated, so that the Lord is there in each and everything. Even the elements, whichever is there, we are made up of 5 elements. Everybody knows that.
Yes,
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So each and every
Fire, sky, water, and
Water, air,
Earth,
air
air,
and
water.
water.
yes. So we are born. So in each and all the items, Lord is there, right? But we are not aware exactly what we have to do, how we have to see the Lord. We can see the Lord only if you do bhakti, right? But we should be pure enough. You have to have that divine eyes, like Krishna gave divine eyes to whom Krishna gave divine eyes. We will see that in coming chapters also.
Arjuna.
Yes, Arjuna. Yes, in even Vyasadeva gave divine eyes to Sanjaya.
Sanjay.
Vyasadeva is the incarnation of the Lord only, right? He wrote Bhagavad-Gita, Bhagavatam, and right. So Krishna is eternal. So then Brahmaji came to know, and he became pure enough, and he was given the duty to create the mankind, and he started creating humans, right? So that was the charge. That is the responsibility which was given to a pure devotee of the Lord. He created, and Brahmaji was created, and Brahma creates us, but he was being created by the Lord, right? And when does Krishna appear? Now we want to understand, when do Krishna appear? Krishna is saying this, yada yada hi dharmasya glanirбhavati bharata abhyudhanam adharmasya tadatmanam srijamyaham. Many of them must be knowing this. Who wants to chant?
Mataji, I
Ma'am,
will.
may I?
Yes, chant.
यथा यथा हि धर्मस्य ग्लानिर्भवति भारत अभ्युत्थानम् अधर्मस्य तदात्मानं सृजाम्यहम्.
Very nice. So who is reading the translation?
Ma'am,
Yes, read.
Can I read?
Whenever and wherever there is a decline in religious practice, O descent of Bharata, and a predominant rise of irreligion, at the time I descend myself.
Yes. So you can see here irreligious activities happening. What is happening here? Is it just if see who is he? Anybody knows?
Ma'am, Kans.
Yeah, he's Kamsa. And who is she? Devaki Mata. Yeah, his sister. His sister. Is it good to catch hold of your sister's hair and pull and right? Take a sword and ready to kill her. Do you think that is right?
No, Mataji.
No, right? To threaten anybody, to harass anybody, that is not a good thing. He is a demonic person. He is Kamsa. Because he came to know that her 8th son is going to kill him, so he immediately took out his sword and was ready to chop her head. But then Vasudev requested, please don't do. Even though she was her sister, he didn't even think for a second before doing it. He was ready to kill her, but Vasudeva requested, please don't do that.
He could have surrendered, no, Mataji. He could have
He said
think
that
about
he
it.
would give all their child to Kamsa. So,
Yes, but yes, whatever it is Krishna's plan only.
It was only future. He should not have
Yes,
thought about
but he is demonic, no? He doesn't have that much of understanding, no? Because the demonic people think that they are only great and they should always be
even Vasudeva taught him that death is not the only thing. It is nothing.
yes, everybody told him. Even his father insisted him. Even he caged his father also. So he was very demonic. Nobody does it, right? Only demonic people can do. And he had done a lot of adharma. Not only this, but he has practiced lot of adharma. And the God had to come. God is saying here.
Krishna challenged, what happened was Krishna challenged this Kamsa, and then Krishna teared him into parts.
Yes, so God is saying yada yada hi dharmasya glanirбhavati bharata abhyudhanam adharmasya tadatmanam srijamyaham. Whenever and wherever, so God comes whenever and wherever there is a decline in religious practice, O descendant of Bharata is saying to Arjuna, and a predominant rise in irreligious activity. When there is lot of adharma, there is so much of problem, people are suffering, I definitely come. Krishna is saying at that time I descend myself. Krishna is saying I self only descend, he only comes, right? So that this is the shloka 4.7. Everybody has to remember this tomorrow, okay? And this is very easy. Many of them must have already heard it, right? Anybody wants to chant? One or two of them can chant. Yes, Daksha.
Yes, ma'am. Can I?
Mataji, can I?
Yes, Daksha first.
Can I?
Yes, chant.
यदा यदा हि धर्मस्य ग्लानिर्भवति भारत अभ्युग्धाम हि अधर्मस्य तदात्मानं सृजाम्यहम्.
Very nice. Yes, Soham.
May I?
Yes, ma'am. Yada yada hi dharmasya glanirбhavati bharata abhyutanam adharmasya tadatmanam srajam.
Very nice. Yes, Chetan. Yes, Krisha.
Yes, ma'am. Yada yada hi dharmasya galnirbhavati bharata abhyutam adharmasya tatatmanam shrijamyaham.
Yes, Varshita.
यदा यदा हि धर्मस्य ग्लानिर्भवति भारत अभ्युत्थानमधर्मस्य तदात्मानं सृजाम्यहम्.
Very nice. Thank you so much. Okay. So,
May
yes,
I?
yes, chant.
Ma'am, I have a doubt.
Okay. After chanting, no? Chant first.
Yes, ma'am. यदा यदा हि धर्मस्य ग्लानिर्भवति भारत अभ्युत्थानमधर्मस्य तदात्मानं सृजाम्यहम्.
Very nice. Yes, who has a doubt?
May I try? Ma'am, Soham, I have a
Yes, Soham, say.
Ma'am, as you said, Arjuna and Krishna was born in Dwarpar Yuga. Even Drishtadyumna was born in Dwarpar Yuga.
Yes, yes.
Ma'am, but that time sacrifices were made through yagya. And
Yes, yes. Yeah, sometimes, yes, they were doing it because that was because to get something, because his father wanted somebody, so a son, so that he could kill the Acharya, who is that Dronacharya. That's why the sacrifice was done. That was Havan, to get something. So that was not just the preaching to satisfy the Lord. To get something, they used to do. Even now in temples and all, sometimes Havan and all is happening, right? But that is not the dharma of this Kali Yuga. But it is practiced in Shastras, it is recommended. So it has been done, right? It is done till now. But it is not the predominant thing which is as per that Yuga. Okay. Yes. So who wants to chant the next one? Okay. So the next is, how does Krishna appear? Although I am... Yes, Krishna is saying that in every yuga Krishna comes. So anybody knows in Satya Yuga which incarnation came?
Mataji, yeah, that's
Lord Vishnu.
Yes, Vishnu. Very nice. Correct. Vishnu or Narasimha Dev, you can think in that way. And then in
Lord Rama.
Rama.
Yes.
Treta Yuga.
Ram came. Yes.
Krishna.
Krishna.
then Krishna himself.
In Kali Yuga, Chaitanya
In
Mahaprabhu.
Dwapar Yuga, Krishna, and in
Yes.
Kali Yuga,
Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has come he has just come 500 years back. And when the Kali Yuga almost is going to over, almost 432 years before that, Krishna will definitely descend, right? He'll come as a Kalki avatar. It has been already scripted, and that time he's going to come. So Krishna is saying, I am unborn. We all know he's Adi Purusha. He's the first person. Adi in the sense he's the first person, and nobody is the cause of his, right? Sarva karana karanam, that means he is the cause of everything, right? Nobody is the cause of his. And my transcendental body, and so I am unborn, and my transcendental body never deteriorates. Will your body stay forever?
No, Mataji.
Nobody's body is going to stay forever.
I'm moving on.
Yes, and it is not possible to store the body, because it's not possible, right? Because our body stinks so much. It is made of so much 5 items. And when the soul is not there, what is the use of the body? Nobody would just keep it in somebody's house and just keep on. Even though we love our family members so much, even though we are so much close to them, after death, nobody is going to keep you. They'll just throw you out. Yeah.
Ma'am?
Yeah.
Aji?
Ma'am, first is Vishnu, second is Rama, third is Krishna, and fourth one is
Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Right? Okay. Yeah. Yes, beta.
Even Buddha was also Lord.
Yes, he's incarnation of the Lord only. Correct. He was because in that when that time, lot of people were practicing adharma and used to kill, and animal slaughter was happening. That's why he had to come in that way to preach certain activity in that place. He has to come and do it. Irreligious activity was happening, so he had to descend. So Krishna comes, but they are the incarnation. These are the prominent things which has happened. Sometimes even Vyasadeva was the incarnation, right? So many of incarnations are there. So although they are the part and parcel of the Lord only. So I am unborn and my transcendental body never deteriorates. And although I am the Lord of all, whoever is been created, everything is created by the Lord. I still appear in every millennium in my original transcendental form. Krishna is saying that. And the shloka goes like this. Who wants to chant? Or we can chant, chant after me. Paritranaya sadhunam. Vinashaya cha dushkritam. Dharma samsthapanarthaya. Sambhavami yuge yuge. Yes, who's chanting? Chant. Yes, chant.
Sadhunam vinasaya kaduskritam dharma samsthapanarthaya sambhavani yuge yuge.
Very nice. Who is next? Chanting. Anushka, chant.
Paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha dushkritam dharma samsthapanarthaya sambhavami yuge yuge.
Mataji, may I?
Yes, chant.
Paritanaya sadhunam vinashaya cha dushkritam dharma samsthapanarthaya sambhavani yuge yuge.
Mataji, may I chant?
Yes, Anvita.
Paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya chatushtata dharma samsthapanarthaya sambhavami yuge yuge.
Very sweet. Thank you. Yes, Varshita.
Thank you, Mataji.
Mataji, may I chant?
Yes, chant.
Paritranaya
Paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha dushkritam dharma sansthapanarthaya sambhavami yuge yuge.
Very nice, Bindu. Why don't you chant? Do you know entire chapter of any of the Bhagavad-Gita chapters?
Mataji, I know full Bhagavad-Gita.
So why don't you give your name?
For which, Mataji?
For Ekadashi chanting, no? We chant entire shlokas. All the kids also participate in that. Every Ekadashi at 4:30 India time, no? PM, we chant that. If you are available on those days, you can give your names. And I can just include your name so that you can chant.
Okay, Mataji.
Chant. Yeah, you can just give me your name. Okay. Yes, who wants to chant?
Mataji, can I?
Yes, please.
Paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha duskritam dharma samsthapanarthaya sambhavami yuge.
Very nice. Whoever knows, no, they can just give me their name. That's very nice. Yes, Varshita.
Paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha dushkrita dharma samsthapanarthaya sambhavami yuge yuge.
Very nice. Okay. Kirti. Yeah.
Paritranaya sadhunam vinasaya sadhukstranam dharma
samsthapanarthaya
sambhavami yuge yuge.
Very nice. Yes, Yutika.
Paritranaya sadhuna vinashaya cha dushkritam dharma samsthapanarthaya sambhavani yuge yuge.
Very nice. So God is saying, in order to protect my devotee, Krishna will come. Can you see this, Krishna? He will definitely come.
Why don't he come right now, ma'am? Because of this.
So it has, because see, nobody is calling him in that way also. And Krishna will not interfere. It is the law which he has already created. No, he will come whenever it is. Nobody can force him. It is only through his will, right? And that was, maybe he can come also early. There nothing, it as per Shastras, it is written that, but Krishna can anytime come because everything he has only created. We can call him so that he can come, but we should become that purified, no, to call him. We should be that qualified enough. Yes, Tejashri. Yes. Yeah, you want to say?
Yes.
You have raised your hand.
Yes, Mataji. Can I read the shloka?
Yes, please read.
Pavitranaya sadhuna vinashaya chatushtita dharma samstapanadaya Swami yuge yuge.
Very nice. So God is saying, in order to protect my devotees, to destroy the demons as well as to re-establish dharma. 3 reasons are there. What are they? Which are they? First is to protect all my
Let the devotees
Devaki Mata, because she was being harassed. Yes, to protect my devotees, yeah, and to give them pleasure and destroy the demons like Kamsas, and as well as to re-establish dharma. Krishna had to re-establish it, right? I advent myself. Krishna comes personally, millennium after millennium, every millennium after millennium, Krishna comes, right? So these are all his pastimes, right? Krishna was born. Krishna is actually never born. He was unborn, but he came. He appeared like this with 400 form, like with Shankh, Chakra, Gada, Padma. If somebody, we were always born like a small baby, you know, in hospitals. But Krishna appeared like that, and Devaki Mata and Vasudev requested Krishna to come as a baby, in a baby form, and he accepted it and he came, right? Because they had done lot of tapa and all, meditation and all. Krishna is not going to give, he's getting pleased when somebody does bhakti, you know, they have done lot of meditation and they had the desire that they want Krishna as their son. That's why it was, that pastime was arranged. And Krishna also, who anybody knows what is it?
Ma'am, it is Lakshman. Sorry.
Yes, Lakshman only. Yes, Lakshman's incarnation. You can think that. Very nice. Yes, yes, it is Sheshanag, Ananta Shesha. Yes, on which Krishna always lie down. Have you seen the Garbhodaksha Vishnu, or the Vishnu which is lying down, and Lakshmi Mata is on the lotus feet of the Lord, right? On that which is, they are sitting, no? And Vishnu is lying down. That is Adi Shesha, which is there. That is, even you can also say that his brother Balaramji, right? And then he was being taken to, where is
ma'am, that Vrindavan.
Yes, Vrindavan. Yes. So Krishna is saying that I appear.
No, ma'am, Gokula.
Yes, correct, Gokula. Yes, and there are 3 reasons which are there. Why do Krishna appear? To protect his devotees, yes. So Krishna is saying, I personally descend. So when Krishna is saying, we have to accept it, and it happens, right? That is the fact. We have to have full faith in, and we also know so many places are there. Till now it is there in India, no? We are very, very fortunate enough to be born in India. Okay, so what is the benefit of knowing Krishna? Why am I trying to know Krishna? What is the benefit?
Mataji.
Yes, yes, yes.
Janma karma cha nidasyam nevam yo vedi tatvata tyatvareham puna janma naiti mameti sojuna.
So this is the benefit of knowing Krishna. That is 4.9. Please remember all these shlokas, okay? It's very easy also. If you trust me, if you practice for 4 to 5 times, no, you will remember. You can very nicely chant this. But you have to practice, otherwise you'll forget. So the benefit of knowing Krishna is Janma karma cha me divyam evam yo veti tatvataha tyaktva deham punar janma neti mameti so Arjuna. Krishna is saying that. So what is it? One who knows the transcendental nature of my appearance and activities. Krishna's body is transcendental. It is not like a stinking one. No, it is not like that. Okay, so he can do any activity with any of his part of the body. We can just lift something with only with our hands. We can't lift with our eyes. We can't lift with our ears and all. Krishna can do anything with any of his parts. And my nature and transcendental nature of my appearance and activities does not upon leaving the body. When somebody knows Krishna, what is his activity and how does he appear and his activities, who they are not, when they are going to die also, by when upon leaving the body, they will take his birth, they will not take birth again in this material world. They're not coming back here, okay, but attain my eternal abode. Krishna, this is the confidential thing which is Krishna is saying. What is it? How we'll understand what is the benefit of knowing? It is very important. No, when you don't know the benefit, why will you? When you know that this medicine is going to save you, will, even though if it is bitter, if it is stinking, you will have it, right? Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Similarly, when we know what is the benefit of knowing Krishna, whatever is there, whatever, even though Shastra says you have to chant, you have to sit, you have to get up early, you have to do this, we have to do it, because that way only we are going to know Krishna. We'll know his activities, and in that way we are not taking birth in this material world, but we'll go to Krishna. That is the benefit of knowing Krishna. So this is the Damodar Leela which has happened. Everybody must be knowing Damodar Leela.
Yes, ma'am. He just.
So Damodar Leela, usually it comes almost in Kartik month. So this is a pastime of the Lord. When Lord was drinking milk and he was hungry, but Yashoda Maya was just running because she had kept some milk on the stove, and she just went running to see that. And Krishna was very hungry and he was not fed properly. So he started stealing the butter from this, and he also ate it and also gave some to monkeys, and everywhere some disturbance he created. And then this was all his pastimes. Why? Because he wanted to deliver two of the trees which were there in the garden of Krishna. That they are Nalkuvera and Manigriva, and they were being cursed by Narad Muni. Okay, they were the son of Kuber, the treasury, the person who is holding the treasury of everybody. So he was they were very, very proud of their position, and that's why Narad Muni had to curse them, because they were just standing without clothes. And if a great person, saint, is coming, definitely we should be presentable, right? We can't be like that. So then Narad Muni said, okay, you become like a tree only, and because your consciousness is developed in that way, and you will be purified when Krishna comes personally, and he will deliver you. That time they became pure enough. And Krishna, just what did he do? And Yashoda Maya got furious, and what she did, she took a rope and she started binding Krishna on this motor, and somewhere 2 inches were getting short. She tried to get more rope and tried to tie that, but still the 2 inches were falling short. And she was surprised what to do. This is because with our efforts and with Krishna's mercy only we can bind Krishna, we can love Krishna. Krishna is going to reveal himself. Otherwise, nobody in this world can force Krishna to do something, right? Because she was putting a lot of effort, and Krishna was also a little compassionate. Oh, my mother, poor mother. Because of that, he allowed her to bind him. And then he took that motor and he placed near the 2 trees which were there, and he pulled it. Like suppose the trees are standing like that, in between the space was there, he pulled that, and the 2 trees were fallen down, and they were Manigriva and Nalikurubera, and immediately they were liberated. So this is the story of Damodar Leela. Damodar today, who chanted today, who sang Damodar Ashtakam?
Mataji.
Yes, very nice, Tejas. Thank you. Yes, so this is the pastime of the Lord. So we all know Krishna is God. Krishna is a person. He's a person.
The personality of God. Yes.
He's a person also. He has beautiful form. Which is that form?
Samasundar form.
That a flute. Always a flute is there, and peacock feather always there, and very, very attractive. If you see Krishna's face, is smiling, no?
Ma'am,
Can we see Krishna flute or buy Krishna's real fruit now?
What you want to buy?
Krishna's real flute.
Yes, you can buy real flute in the sense it is there in the market. No, but yes, that is what Krishna likes. He always holds his flute, right? And Krishna is Satchitanand, always happy, blissful, eternal, right? So these are the Krishna is a god. We all know Krishna is God, and he appears every millennium after millennium. Yes, please mute yourself. Please take care. Background noise. Yeah. So difference between Krishna and us. What is it? Krishna and us. His form is permanent. We have a temporary body. This, if body is gone, we may go to some other species of life and we'll get a different body. But Krishna has a permanent body and his body is spiritual. Our body is material. There is no difference between his body and soul, but we have difference. We have Paramatma and soul and Paramatma, right? We have super soul and soul, but our body is different from soul. There is a difference. Krishna is controller of Maya. We are being controlled by Maya. Yes, one more shloka will do. There might be a doubt that has anybody in the history has seen Krishna? Why should we believe that it is right? Janma karma cha me divyam is saying that people may think that, oh, is it possible that we may, if you know the activities of the Lord and know him in full, we'll go after, we'll not take rebirth and we'll go back to Krishna. So many of them may be thinking that way, but no, yes, in many history it is there. Please mute yourself, Bita. Yes. So, ye yatamam prapadyante tamstataiv bhajamyaham mama vartamanu vartante manusham partha sarvashaha. So, has all surrender unto me, I reward them accordingly. The percentage suppose you have plucked 100 fruits and you're just offering one fruit to the Lord. Even though one fruit, Krishna will accept it. It is not. But we have to place 100 fruit in front of Krishna, right? And then we have to accept it. Only then the percentage you surrender to the Lord, God is also accepting you in that way. So here one story is here. A lady, she used to every day come and sell the fruits to Krishna. To Yashoda Maiya. But what happened, Yashoda Maiya, one day she was busy and she couldn't come. She had guests and all. So she was just waiting and Krishna saw that and he just quickly came running because he wanted to he knew that she is a great devotee. That is why he wanted to give some benefits to the Lord because she has surrendered to the Lord. And then the Lord came and he took the fruits and he went inside, and in exchange he wanted to give something to her because he has seen that his mother every day used to give something to her. So he picked some grains, and while coming there were only few grains left in a small baby. This is the pastime of the Lord. Only 2 or 3 grains were there, and he placed that in the basket of that lady. And the lady also became very happy because she used to always think about Govinda. She used to just chant Govindam Adi Purusham, always think about it. And then Krishna gave that grain and she also took it and she went. She didn't ask for anything. And next, while she was going, the basket was getting heavier by heavier. And she was surprised. I just gave everything. Nothing should be there. And just she went home, and when she checked, all her basket was full of diamonds, jewelry and all. So God is saying, all surrender unto me, I reward them accordingly. So everybody will be rewarded as per the percentage you are going to surrender to the Lord. That's why you should surrender fully, completely. Not like that, oh, today I'm doing something and tomorrow I won't do it. No, you should do it. Every day you should have the faith and you should continue doing the bhakti. Definitely God will bless you and he will reward you accordingly. Okay, so we have seen so lotus feet of the Lord, so beautiful, right? And see, even the calf, they are so happy, enjoying, and they want to serve the Lord. All the friends are also serving the Lord. So we all know this. We have already discussed in yesterday's chapter, I think. This Shishupala, no? He was being delivered. And his soul was merged in Krishna, right? His soul was merged in Krishna. He got that mukti. So this is also very beautiful and very important shloka. So how we have to surrender to the Guru? Tadvidi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya upadhyakshanta te jnanam jnaninas tattvadarshinaha. How we will know how we will get the knowledge? Just try to learn the truth by approaching a spiritual master, like a spiritual master, parampara, disciplic succession. We are talking about it. How we will know that? When we want to know something, you'll approach a person who knows better than us, definitely, right? So we should go to the trusted person. Learn the truth by approaching a spiritual master. Inquire from him submissively and render service unto him. You have to submissively. You can't force your teacher or somebody to give you the knowledge without surrendering, right? We have to be humble enough and we have to request that please instruct me what is right for me and how I have to gain the knowledge. Only then the teacher, who is the spiritual master, who has already seen the truth, he will help you in understanding better, right? That is the shloka. And herself, because he has already seen the truth, he self-realized because he has already seen the truth. Soul can impart knowledge unto you because he has seen the truth. That is, anybody wants to chant this shloka quickly? One person can chant.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Mataji, I want to chant.
Tadvidi pranipattena pariprasannena sevaya upadekshanti te jnanam tattvadarshina.
Dhyaninas tattvadarshina. Yes, Anushka, chant.
Okay. Tadvidi paripatina pariprashneena sevaya upadhyakshanti tu janmanam jnanadas tattvadarshina.
Yes, upadhyakshanta te jnanam jnaninas tattvadarshinaha. Very nice. Okay, so we have to approach the right person, the right spiritual master, and you can't force him. Submissively, you have to render service, you have to do some service, right? And because he's a self-realized person, he will impart knowledge. This is Krishna and this is Balaram. They had gone to which ashram?
Sandipuni Ashram.
Sandipuni Muni, yeah, he's the Sandipuni Muni. Even he has instructed us how to, he's showing that you have to approach a right guru. So here also, even though the Krishna knew everything, when Krishna was born only, he knew to kill the demons. So why he had to go to school? Why he had to study? So that to follow, so that he makes the situation in that we also have to practice that way to perform, so that we also follow the right steps. So we have to also surrender to our spiritual master and we have to do the activity. These are the homeworks. You can all draw very beautiful. Even Anushka draws very beautiful drawings. Please, everybody, draw Krishna and you can post. I'll open the WhatsApp group. You all can paste your drawings or any activity. If you have done something, if you have done flute or anything, you can do. In Sunday schools, no, we have done that crown and even so many things they have done. Very nice. So you all can, yes, beta, you all can draw and just send in the group. So who is God?
Krishna.
God. And he is a person, no? He is person. He has a beautiful form. The form is that?
Yes.
Yes. He has peacock feather on his head and a flute on his hand. So he's also a person like us. We should not think that just Brahma Jyoti is there or only Paramatma is there. But we should understand that he also has a personal form like us. How we feel bad or good. Even he may definitely, he may be becoming happy when we are following nice things or doing good activities, right? So Jai Shri Krishna, this is the prayer which we have to chant before Maha Mantra. What is it? Everybody chant.
Yes, Shri Krishna Chaitanya,
Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhara
Bhakta-vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Thank you so much. Very nice. Please try to practice. This was the very important chapter, wherein many of the good important shlokas were there. Try to memorize that, and it is easy also. Okay.
Krishna.
Vancha kalpata rupasya kripa sindhu cha patitanam pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Anant Koti Vaishnav ki Jai. Hari Hari Bol. Hari Hari Bol. Okay, we'll meet. Everybody mark your attendance. If any difficulties in logging in, please let me know so that we can just present again tomorrow. Tomorrow I'll again show you how to log in and how to take the quizzes, etc.
Was day 4, right?
Yes, today is day 4. Yes.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, ma'am.
Hare Krishna. Thank you for joining. Please join tomorrow again. God bless you all. Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna. Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Anyone wants to chant tomorrow, please try to practice and come. And any shlokas, you can just practice. Hare Krishna. I'll end the class.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Everybody go to school and study well. Hare Krishna.
Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Mark your attendance. Everybody, please mark your attendance.
We have a question.
Yes.
So actually, my brother and me are joining. So we made a new account for the first day and the second day. So the attendance thing is absent. So we need to mark it present.
Okay, you do one thing. You both have to register. Okay, both have to register because both of them, if you're taking the class together, no, you try to register in 2 different email IDs, one with your father's or one with your mother, so that you both get the certificate and you both can take the quizzes differently. Okay, and regarding the attendance, you do one thing, you message me. You are there in WhatsApp group, no?
I think we emailed you yesterday.
Okay, you are there, no? If you're not there, I'll add you tomorrow. You just remind me, or you can just message me my number. I'm just typing my number here. It is, or you can just note down. I think you can't copy from here. It is 989. I'll just type it, okay? 98922899096. You can message me on this or to add if you are not in WhatsApp, or you can give me an email ID so that I can mark attendance for you both. Okay? We'll meet tomorrow again. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.